And so this mom in Oregon, whose son was planning to do a Columbine style attack on his school, she is well, she's in disbelief, I guess. So when Grant Allen Accord, a mom, realized that her son has been arrested, oh, I guess that broke her heart. He's living in Lynn Benton County in Oregon. And so she was able to explain that he has suffered from some mental problem. Um, and so this is the reason why he's doing what he's doing. And for a long while, I'm trying to explain to folks that mental illness is not the reason why people do heinous things. They do it because they're evil. Now, a person who can't think straight and has a mental problem might be more easily succumb to Satanism, and therefore there might be more of an incidence of people that are established to be mentally ill that are doing heinous things out there. Um, Notwithstanding that these bizarre things that these young people do, that we'll say that they have mental problems, that's just some of the things that evil people do. Evil people use drugs. Evil people push drugs. Evil people rob the banks. Evil people molest the children. Evil people, do so many wrongs out there. But this is just one of the things they do. And perhaps we focus on the young ones that use guns to do some significant harm. Like in Connecticut, where this guy shot up his mom and then some others at the school, his elementary school. And so I got to blame the mom, because as a theologian, I know that from my readings into my special influence, Ellen G. White, she is my special author. I consider her a prophetess because she has taught so many things that were beyond her training, education, and her times. And so these guys, these parents, they are the ones that introduce the children to evil. Now, I can't believe that in America we supporting this Halloween thing and don't understand that it's evil light. You have the Wizard of Oz, evil light. You have Harry Potter, evil light. I remember I was in Florida and I was driving the school bus to this middle school in Florida there, Duval County Public Schools. And this mom says that, oh, since Harry Potter book came out, she's so happy. Her son read that book cover to cover, and this is the first book he ever read. And I'm saying like, okay, so what? So, oh, don't talk so bad about that book. That book is good because, well, see, she don't understand. Because her son is evil, an evil book, he was compelled to read it. Satan hold his hand and say, you've got to read this book, else I'll pull your seat. So he read it out. But you won't read the Bible out, or you won't read a book that is based on the Bible or on God, because he's evil. And in those days, they were introducing those cards. We grew up with you having film stars and cricketers and footballers, baseballers on cards, but on their cards there were machines. This blue, sexy killing machine, this one, and some ugly looking machines that will kill. And they're getting the kids and they're encouraging them to have a whole bunch of that. But you see, with this guy with this mental illness that is purported to have, having introduced him to Halloween, then she thinks that, oh, it's okay. But them demons hook onto him and keep working with him, keep making him happy and everything else, and leading him on. So when she's not around, he tune into a show where they're doing voodoo, they're doing magic. And then he got the idea he should try it, and then he do so, and the spoon moving over there, he's saying, oh boy, I got powers, and start going through the thing, Ouija board, astrology, psychics, the whole yard. I met a woman in Canada. She said, oh, my son is a Satanist, but he's one of the nicest persons you would ever want to meet in the world. Nobody hates him. Well, that's his role. His role is to be a missionary, a sort of one who will promulgate that evil is good. And then if you remember too, long ago, I recall in the 70s in college, fellas would say, man, that shoe looks so wicked. Man, that girl looks so wicked. At first I objected it, but they were saying, oh, we just mean good. So when fellas say, boy, that shoe's wicked, it's expensive, it looks good, and you should have one. So they started using wicked in terms that make it like if it's cool. But wicked is dangerous. If you're a wicked man, you can't trust your own guns or little kids or none of that stuff. All right. And so, lastly, now this mom, she's going to play self-righteous. Oh, my son, I don't know what's wrong with him. But you know what? I think that, I don't know, should I say this? She might be just as evil or more evil than this boy. Because the Bible says, train up a child in the way he shall go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. Also, if a child should die before this child had grown to the point where he's kind of independent and making his own decisions, it would be the parents' um, condition or salvation that would affect this child. So that will this child go to heaven or go to hell? If the parents were evil, it's clear that they would train this child in evil, and both of them will go to hell. If the parents were following Jesus and were righteous, they can train the child up the right way through the Bible and all that, and he's going to go up to be a righteous man. Get a good career. Don't do drugs. Don't do this. Don't harm people. Not even harming himself. Not even non-harmful things he won't be doing. He's just doing everything that's righteous. You see? So that's how that works. So while she might want to excuse herself, oh, I'm so good. I mean, by virtue of him, I don't know, is he normal enough to make his own decisions, or would God judge him for his acts, or still looking at the mom's slate as to what, so on. So you get my drift. So that parents need to be good. They need to be righteous. And nobody's righteous. What I mean is, I accept Jesus, and when God looks at Jesus and looks at us, Jesus is going to say, yeah, I covered him. So you're going to be righteous, as opposed to looking at you, nobody's righteous. And God looking at us, we're going to be in serious trouble. But when he looks at us, he sees Jesus, because Jesus covers us. So that is the righteousness I'm talking about. And you train a child up right at birth, you hand him over to Jesus, and you say, Lord, look, I'm giving you this child. I want you to make him a blessing to this world. I want you to watch him when I'm not around. I want to watch him when he's walking on the street. I want you to watch him when he's being tempted into serious evil drugs or whatever, and keep him straight. That's what they ought to be doing. So I'm saying that, and you know what? Sometimes a person, this guy might not necessarily have a physical problem in his brain that could be concluded with this disease that Imam and others come up with. It might have been normal, but by she introducing him to evil, the brain gets warped. He's just focusing on evil and all that kind of stuff. And then, a lot of these mental problems, a lot of these problems we have in the world today, they have no basis in psychiatry. It's straight up because they're evil. A lot of people don't be doing this, a lot of people are doing that. They call this Tourette syndrome, they call this that, they call this. But notice how they're increasing in all these mental illness, come with new ones, because people are evil. There's a guy down the road. He's just shouting out and talking to himself and moving forward and talking to, like, if he's talking, in my view, I've seen like he's talking to something invisible. They say he has Tourette syndrome. No, he has been playing with evil all along, growing up. He's lost his mind because they let him to do drugs and all the things to get him in a mental state, and they keep harassing him now. They want him to commit suicide, and he's shouting at them and telling them, get out of the way. I just, what did I tell you, and all that. That's what's going on with it. So please spare us of all these Grant Allen Accord and Allen Lanza and all these weirdos. Even this one who killed the college girls in Florida there. He was trying to be an attorney. They were saying that he was so bright and he had a great career, but they conceded he was evil and that he wouldn't get nowhere.